Psychic comedian Peter Antoniou has wowed audiences from America's Got Talent to sold-out theaters across the globe.
And at a live show in Wisconsin, he locked in on a guy named Jordan who's got new pet chickens and a sneaking suspicion that they don't reciprocate his love. Here's what happened.
Is part of that fear because they're withholding from you?
Exactly, you're spot on.
Withholding eggs, right?
I know.
They've not given you any eggs yet.
None.
And you're like, I love you so much, give me some eggs.
I'm like $1,500 in. Just give me some eggs.
Your chickens are very happy. They're just acclimatizing before they give you eggs, okay? They're a bit stressed. You need to just, like, let them be calm. I'm going to give you a piece of advice that your mother should have given you. Desperate is never attractive, okay?
Lucky for us, Peter is here on his tour stop tonight at the Pittsburgh Improv. We're getting a sneak peek of his mind-reading magic. I need an update. Have you heard about the chickens? Have they started laying eggs yet?
I've not. Like, I'm hoping that, like, hopefully the videos sort of picked up enough numbers on social media. Like, Jordan, if you're watching,
yes,
please get in touch. I need to know.
We need to know. We all need to know.
We do. This is amazing. So how did you get your start? Because obviously this is a talent that very few have.
Yeah, I think I was a weird kid. I, like, was really into, like, comic books, and, like, my aunt's this weird old little Greek lady. She lives, like, tea leaves and palms and stuff. So, like, it was always in the family. And it just started as a bit of, like, a party trick I'd do for friends. And then it kind of grew and grew, and I ended up doing it on stage, and then a career was born.
Lucky for all of us, you're also very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I have a background in improvised comedy. Like, when I went to university, I joined an improv troupe and ended up running that. So that was sort of a big part of it. And it's quite nice knowing that, like, yeah, doing a 90-minute show with no idea what was about to happen really put me in good stead for giving readings. Because, like, as you saw, the craziest things come up, whether it's people worried about their jobs or their chickens or all sorts.
We have worries and we need answers.
That's right. That's
amazing.
Right.
And you're at the Improv tonight, right?
Yes.
With one show.
Just one show. We've got a couple of tickets left, so if you're interested, make sure you come out. Yeah, it'll be a good, fun show. I never know what's going to happen. Everyone in the audience is allowed to think of questions they'd love to ask a psychic, the sort of thing you don't know the answer to, but you need some insight on. I'll give people readings. I'll tell jokes and fortunes. It's a great, fun time. Nothing too scary.
Sure.
If you're worried about taking part, you have dark secrets you don't want anyone to know. I won't reveal those unless they're funny, and then I will.
Right.
So just fair warning.
I mean, if there are people, because I just think about, I have been read before, and I know in the past that it comes with doubt, but I know that you actually did something with Heather.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I just mentioned to you that I want you to think of a question you'd like to ask a psychic.
It's
just
in my pocket.
Oh, you noted it down, popped it in your pocket?
Yeah.
But to be clear for people watching, like, you didn't tell me.
Nope.
I wasn't near you, like, you've just...
You turned your back physically away from me.
Yeah, perfect, right. So I want you to focus on this question. Now, when people think of questions to ask psychics, they tend to fall into two categories. There are the serious questions or silly questions. So serious questions about sort of travel, health, education, romance, career, ambition, money, whereas silly questions like what colour's my underwear, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't
want to really put you to the test.
Yeah, no, I don't think you'd have gone for a silly question. This was something that's been on the back of your mind for a little bit. And I also think that even though you're used to sort of sharing bits about your life, I think it'd be more guarded about your personal life. So this would be about professional life, you're in work, so you'd be thinking about professional life.
Yeah.
You are someone who's like you're never satisfied. Like, you always want more.
So true.
It's so true.
I think this would be about that. It's about, like, achieving your goals.
Yeah.
And I think there is like a wobble here of whether you're on the right path for what you're, because you've got like the idea of like a vision, a goal.
Yeah.
And I think you're having this moment now of like, oh, am I even doing the right thing?
Yeah.
And I think, but part of this as well is that you've not stopped to acknowledge actually how far you've come as well.
Yeah.
And this is something that friends will tell you, because you're always like, oh, that's done. And I think you move the goalposts a lot as well.
Yes,
like when when you achieve something, then you go like, oh, well, it can't have been that hard because I've done it. So you are in this cycle at the moment of like, am I on the right track? Am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Where actually, like, I think what you need to do is take a step out and say, like, actually, let's look at this globally as opposed to in the second. Because these moving goalposts of whether things are good or not, entirely dependent on your mood, whether you've woken up in the morning, whether you're having a good hair day. We're actually like...
He heard our conversations. He had to have.
No.
He bugged our phone.
But yeah, and I think that's the answer to this. And I think you're on the right track. I see you doing more volunteering going forward. I think this is something you've been talking about,
yes,
but you've not actually started.
Yes.
Because when you start, you want it to be perfect.
It's a problem of mine.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's never going to be perfect when you start. I need you to just to start this now.
Okay.
And then start doing that. But I think that's the route forward, this. I don't think you have to worry that you're like on the right track or anything like that. I think you're doing the right things. You just need to get over that inertia, and that's kind of the step forward with this.
If this doesn't sell tickets, I don't know what will, because Kelly, I want you to read what
Yeah, I'm intrigued, yeah.
I have
read
full
this.
chills right now.
You should.
Am I headed in the right direction professionally, or is there more ahead?
Well,
Oh my God, full chills.
there's your answer, so.
And I actually almost wrote path down. So when you kept saying path, that was so spot on, because I
Yeah.
almost wrote that, and I thought, I don't want to use path because that feels too cliche, but that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, it comes very strongly. And yeah, I find when people ruminate on questions, and I get this in shows where people have been thinking of questions all day and they just come through like, exactly. So yeah.
Okay.
There are a few tickets left, and if you don't grab them, you're a silly goose.
That's right. I might
You're
even
a
go
silly
and get
chicken.
more out of
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
Peter will be performing at the Pittsburgh Improv in just a few hours. The show begins at 7 o'clock tonight. We're going to have more information on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh. I am amazed and need more.
Yes.
We'll be right back.